Microphone checker, 1, 2, checker. Let me see if this thing is on. I don't hear. What up? What up? What up? What up? Randy, what's happening, man? What's going on, Captain? Can you hear me? Let me know. Let me know if you can hear me, man, and we good. What up? L Logan, what's happening? Y'all can hear me? Tia Smith, what's good? Magneto, what up? All right, man. For our small party, man, we gotta do? We gotta do a thumbs up to get everybody in here. Is that how it works? I'll show y'all something real fast. But click the thumbs up button for me so we can alert other people that we own. Right. All right, come on. Thumbs up, so we can go. All right. So real fast, man. Y'all know that one chart that I be showing y'all, it be this square chart. You know what I'm saying? What happened, Randy? What'd you say? You lost the email, had heart surgery, just never was able to contact you. Hip Hop Astrology TV at Gmail is an email. My Prosperity Investment Group at Gmail. I'm glad you're good though, Randy. And so, you know, there's a square chart that I be showing in these videos. And, you know, it's basically all of what we call the modalities of the signs that are connected. And so the cardinal signs, if you have planets, particularly personal planets, the personal planets are Sun, Moon, Mercury, Mars, Venus. You got to go to your birth chart and you need to note the position of these four, because this is the divine family. This is the cosmic royal family. The sun is dad. The moon is mommy. Mars is the prince and Venus is the daughter. And so the cardinal signs, Aries, which starts the spring, Cancer, who starts the summer, Libra, who starts the fall, and Capricorn, who starts the winter. If you have those four planets in that sign, somewhere in those signs, then anytime Mars currently in the sky, now this is different from where it was when you were born. You have to first locate where Mars is when you were born, or where the sun is, where moon is, where Venus is when you were born. And then you can see where Mars currently is in the sky. Like, for example, Mars right now is in Leo. Okay. Mars being in Leo is not necessarily a stress point to the signs I just named: Aries, Cancer, Libra, Capricorn. If Mars were in any of these signs and you have these planets in these signs, this is going to represent a stress point. Okay. So let's move over to the next set of signs, which is called the fixed signs. The fixed signs are the signs that are more focused. Okay. You're going to have Aquarius, the middle of the winter. You're going to have Taurus, the middle of the spring. You're going to have Leo, the middle of the summer, and you're going to have sorry, I'm trying to multitask. You're going to have Scorpio in the middle of the fall. Okay. So what's going to happen here is, for example, I was born with Moon, Mercury, Mars tightly together in Aquarius. So when Mars in the sky gets in either Aquarius, or when it gets either in Leo or Taurus or Scorpio, this is going to be a potential time of agitation. Okay. And so Mars being in Leo right now in the sky, Leo is opposite Aquarius. So therefore, this is a potential point of agitation. Okay. All right. Hold on. Let me send this note. Note to. Okay. So now let's move to the last set of signs. Mutable. Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, Pisces. If you were born with Mars in any of these signs, and then when Mars gets in these signs in the sky, this is going to be a potential stress point for you. Okay. So the unique thing about this particular square chart that I use, I wonder if you can just go to Google image, and I'm trying right here. Let me see something. Astrology square. Trying to figure out how the heck did I find that chart that I be using all the time in these videos. Maybe I can send it to you guys somehow, because I don't know how I originally found it, but it's like off the chain. It's a great tool to use. So what you got to do is go to your own birth chart. You can go to astro.com. Once you're at astro.com, the beautiful thing about it is you're going to see these glyphs, but on the left-hand side at the bottom, it's going to tell you the name of the planet or what that symbol represents. Okay. So you just start piecing it together. Okay. Now, the premise is this: Mars on the negative aspect represents, what up, Bruce? Anger and frustrations and fights and quarrels. And so if you happen to get in a squabble at this time, then I'm going to tell you that the person who you're squabbling with, somewhere along the line in soul's memory, you are or were enemies. Okay. Because what you have to realize is a few things. One, we can make a projection into the future and say, oh, next stop, Mars is going to be in Virgo. So therefore, when it moves into Virgo, I don't know, maybe somewhere in September, guess what? All my Virgo people, again, if you're not a Virgo, but if you got the moon there, if you're not a Virgo, but you got Mars there, you're not a Virgo, and you got Venus there, this applies to you. So if you got any of these planets in Virgo, or if you got any of these planets in Sagittarius or Pisces or Gemini, you're going to be agitated. So we can make this future projection now. That's dope. So now you can expect to a degree, okay, this is a precise timeline of a future reality that says I could be up under some form of stress, okay? A fight, an attack, right? And so then out of all of the people that you know, right? Out of all the people you know, this one person, whoever it may be, decides that they want to have an argument with you and a fight with you. And it's just it could be honestly a disagreement about something. You know what I mean? Or maybe you could be the aggressor and they fighting back and whatnot. But then you would have to challenge your own psyche to understand, why were you being the aggressor and you were in the wrong in that particular situation if you were in the wrong, right? And so this simple technique of understanding that shit, out of all the people I know, this person pops up in my reality on the negative scale of the observation to pull that energy ultimately without out of myself. So that's something to deal with. It's not solely to blame on the other person because they can only pull out what you possess. I'm with that, right? But it's going to be interesting to see that it's this person, because again, it wasn't all these other people that you know. So that's one cycle. But then if you can start paying attention to the next cycle when it happens, then shit. It's like, why is this person the person to show up within these cycles? So on the grand scale, if you were to simply draw a square, and at each corner of the square are the 4 zodiac signs that I told you that go together. Okay. And what happens is this: it takes Mars approximately 2 years on average to go around the square, which is really a circle, but to go around the square and come back to the same spot. It takes Mars on average about 60 days to stay on that one corner. Okay, just that one corner. And so each corner is 3 signs away. So 60 times 3 is what? 180 days? Yes? All right. So therefore, in 180 days, Mars is going to move to the next corner, which is going to be your next challenge. And then another 180 days is on the other one, which is opposition to you. It's now at, opposition to the original point you were traveling at. And then another 180 days to come back over there to the other place where it's going to square you. So yeah, I'm trying to draw the picture in your head so you can see it. But again, the only thing you got to do is just draw a square and thoroughly understand that the square itself represents zodiac signs of where you're, again, I'm gonna do the fixed signs because I'm a fixed sign, right? And so my square, I'm gonna draw a square. I can have, Leo at the top left corner. That means opposite the bottom right corner, I need to have Aquarius. Okay. And then I can have, let's just say, Taurus. I can have Taurus on the top right. Then that means Scorpio I need to have on the bottom left. Okay. And this is my square. And then I'm born with planets in Aquarius. So my bottom right corner, I'm gonna note I got planets right here. So now I know when Mars hit these other 3 corners, along with my corner where I occupy, my block, then I know that the shooters is coming on my block. It's that simple. And so therefore, again, the fun part is if you get on these other blocks that serve as agitation to me, Scorpio, Taurus, and Leo, then I know that it's a potential problem. You just may be an enemy of mine, and that's just not cool. All right. And so, again, it may take some very basic understanding of how this thing work. But I always tell people, man, you can get the self-activation workbook, a downloadable form on myastrologycoach.com. Get you started, man, so you can really understand your placements. So with that said, open up, or if you already know, you tell me in the chat, where is your Mars? Where's your Mars? Because I got tons of videos on this channel when I'm getting into the celebrity aspect, when they get chipped up and they get hurt. I always show y'all it's Mars, it's Mars, it's Mars. So you need to know, if one thing you're going to measure, I'm telling you, measure Mars. All right. So Justin Jackson got Mars in Virgo. Okay. All right. So I just looked at this slide, in fact, early this morning. So let me go to something called an online ephemeris, because I know In September, actually August the 19th, Mars is going to go in Virgo. Okay. So now here's the question, since we are already there. Justin, tell me the degree of Mars. Where is Mars? The degree of Mars. What degree, Virgo? Everybody give me 1 degree. All right. So give me the degrees too. So 1 degree Virgo. All right. So that means technically when Mars is 21 degrees Leo, it is 10 degrees away. Okay. And when it gets 21 degrees Leo, which is going to be August the 5th, and it gets to 1 degrees Virgo, which is going to be August the 21st, August the 5th through the 21st is going to be the most intense time of the potential reality occurring, because Mars is slowly but surely coming your way to the position of where it was when you were born. This is called a Mars return. Okay. Mars is coming back to the same position in space where it was when you were born. And this could potentially signify that negative boo-boo. Okay. Now, once it get 1 degrees, you have 10 degrees after that until it pass out. So 10 plus 1 is 11. So when Mars get to 11 degrees or past 11 degrees, which would be September the 7th, technically Mars is now moving out of the range of motion. It's no longer within 10 degrees of the location of where it was. And now you can say, okay, potentially I can breathe now because the energy or the storm has passed. Okay. Provided you don't have any other planets in Virgo, but that's pretty much the formula that you use to understand that. Okay. Now, Magneto, Mars in Taurus. Okay. And so Mars in Taurus at 5 degrees, you're lucky because now Mars in the sky is in Leo, which is a square to Taurus, but Mars in the sky is at 19 degrees. So if you got it at what I think I just saw, what was it? I saw 5 degrees, then technically 5 degrees Leo is an exact 90-degree angle. However, if we apply the rule of 10 degrees, 10 plus 5 is 15. When it's 15, Leo is out of the orb and Mars is currently at 19. So then the question I would have for you, Magneto, would be anywhere within the last 30 to 45 days, did you have a run-in with anybody on the anger tip, in a sense? You know what I mean? And the same holds for you, Miss Logan, because Mars is already passed. Mars is in Leo at 19 degrees. So it passed that. So Taurus, the fixed signs, Taurus, Leo, Aquarius, and what's the other one? Scorpio. When Mars is in any of these positions in the sky, and if you was born with Mars there, those are your agitation points. Okay. All right. So Mars at 9 Aquarius, you went through a Mars opposite Mars, KTB, at 9. So right now in the sky, he's just now getting out of the orb. Anybody had a headache? My Taurus people got Mars in Taurus. You got Mars in Aquarius. You got Mars in Leo, LeShannon, right? Did anybody have a headache within the last 30 days? Or cut your finger, or maybe it burned yourself a little bit messing around with the stove or something? Anybody had any of those experiences? If you got Mars in the fixed sign, Michael Wiley got Mars in Leo, right? Mike said, yeah. What happened, Mike? See, L. Logan said, yeah. Headache, LeShannon, right? You see? So this stuff becomes very interesting because what's happening is, what has to happen is 2 things. All right. Mars is moving in the sky. It's moving in the sky. Okay. So therefore that's motion. Motion is energy. Energy is a wave of energy, a blow. Right. So it's sort of like that. What I say, the truck. that is driving real fast and it blows the hat off of the gentleman that's standing on the corner. Motion and energy, right? It didn't physically touch you. Or the car that got the bumble with the loud bass and it sets off the alarms of the other car. The car with the loud music didn't physically touch the car, but the sound, the vibration, the wave touched the car and set and triggered the alarm. When planets are passing each other, or when planets are in a certain position, because it's all motion, everything is moving what we would call around us. We can see it. We just think there's certain ones look like stars, but they really planets. So everything is motion. This motion energy is just pretty much radiating within our own reality. And those signals is getting processed through our senses, skin, eyes, ears, hair, and whatnot. That signal is scrambled. In other words, it's coming in at a particular angle in which our own alchemical process, or electrochemical process rather, is receiving this distorted signal and trying to filter it out creates what we would call the headache or the issues. And another thing is, most importantly, is you cannot be upset. Cannot be upset around this time, right? Magneto's like kind of had a disagreement with a Taurus female, but I avoided it. Did have a headache for a couple of days, right? And so, if you carry this, suppression is the worst thing you can ever do. We're just having this conversation. It's the worst thing you can ever do, man. Take it from a master suppressor. Like for years, I was working with a bro, helping a dude out, man, and we just really weren't seeing eye to eye. And I used to have a slight, it wasn't a sty, but it was like a slight lump over my right eye, and I had it for years. The moment that we stopped working together, I mean, within a week, the shit disappeared, and I had it for years, and it disappeared like in a matter of weeks because my conscience was clean. That part of stress, of what I was perceiving to be stress, it finds a place to lodge itself in the body. Think about that. Your perception and your thought just don't reside in your head. These things, this energy resides in organs and various body parts. It has to find a home. So it chose to manifest itself right here. And the right side is considered the masculine side. And so it was a male figure that I wasn't seeing eye to eye with, had to manifest itself on a form where I could understand it for myself and create the healing process and make the tough decision. All right. So you can't suppress. You gotta let that shit out, because that's how the negative energy it's going to find you anyway. But the determining factor is whether you're going to have a slight headache or a big ass fight or accident where you got to go to the hospital, right? Like, it depends on the level of your suppression. It's very important to understand. Okay. So your own personal vibe determines what reality is going to pop up. Okay. All right. There's someone Mars 16 degrees Sag for Dawn. 16 degrees Sag. You won't have anything to worry about until Mars get in Virgo. 16 degrees Sag. So technically 6 Virgo, which will be August the 28th, is 6 Virgo. 16 degrees Virgo is going to be September the 13th. So that August date I gave you to September the 13th is the apex of an energy that's coming at you sideways all the way up to the last day, September the 30th. You will be out of that cold red, provided you don't have any other planets in strenuous position. I'm just dealing with Mars on Mars of what you're telling me. So your cold red is from that August date to basically the last day of September. Okay. All right. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Mars 29 degrees Pisces, Bruce Lee. So again, 29 degrees Pisces, which means for you, when Mars gets what at 19 degrees Virgo, which will be September the 18th. All right, September the 18th. We move to October 29 degrees Virgo is October the 5th. That's when these dates are precisely in opposition to you, all the way up into Mars to get to 10 degrees, where it starts to get out of the orb, which will be October the 20th. So the first date that I gave you in September to October the 20th is your timeline of a potential code red. See, OG Bruce Lee is a master freak. Oh, I got my reps in, OG Bruce. I hit the weight bench today. I got a little urge and motivation, right? Although I know you're doing the real thing, calisthenics, right? But that's a perfect example of what Martian energy looks like if you can filter it into doing physical, strenuous work. And here's the key that you must enjoy doing. Because if you do strenuous work that you don't like doing, like I got to go cut the grass and mow the hedges and, all that crap, and you don't like it, then that's going to be worse. Mars energy is properly drained off by physicality. You got to sweat it out. You got to physically exhaust yourself by doing something that you enjoy doing. Okay, so you got to enjoy it. And then also Mars is sex. So if you enjoy sex, that is one way to start to kill the energy off. Now, it doesn't totally annihilate the suppression. Sex doesn't solve the suppression. However, it definitely could be and is a great physical release that could stop an oncoming issue during that particular transit because you have depleted your energy. Okay. Up to you. All right. That's what's up. That's what's up. And we'll say good luck, but I don't think you need it. But what I mean, the best. Tia says I can't look at my chart because I'm at work, but my knee has been bothering me out of the blue and went to have an MRI. The knee is said to be Capricorn, right? So I got this thing that I'm gonna put together dealing with the zodiacal aspect of understanding the emotional cause of disease and discomfort. Tom Money, what up? So my question to you would be, Tia, if you hear, since the knee deals with Capricorn, I want to see something. Capricorn is success, structure, career, and also father. And so my first thing is, are you happy at your current place of employment, what we would call your job or your career? If you had to grade it honestly, 1 through 5, with 5 being great, you in love? No, right? What would you give that score? 1 through 5, Tia? Right? do Mars 16 degrees there. A 4. A 4 meaning, wait a minute, hold on. So 4 would be great. So I'm kind of confused. So when you say happy at work, no. 4 would be 1 through 5. 5 meaning I like it. You know what I mean? 0 is like, oh no, I have no interest in it and whatnot. I mean, none at all. So a level of happiness, 5 being happy and extreme. What score would you give it? Okay, a 2. All right. So T is not happy at work. So my theory is, it's theory, but I just know how this thing works. The discomfort and the dislike that we have, see, that's a negative frequency. We don't like it. And the corresponding part will find itself in your body. I seen this play out in a perfect example with my own father. His wife, aka my mother, cheated on him back in early 80s, I think 82. They divorced. And he's carried that bitterness with him all of his life. Libra, which rules marriage partners, he divorced over that. And now stress through adrenals has pretty much claimed one of his kidneys, so he's on dialysis. Kidney is Libra. Libra is marriage partner. So if I go ask him, well, what's your number one cause of stress? He gonna say, yo mama. Dude, you ain't been with my mama since 82. You know what I'm saying? Like how? It's your perception, whole nother story. But that's what rules anyway. The perception sends the thought to the appropriate corresponding body system and organ, and it will lodge itself there. Okay. All right. And so you have to make the change. And it's tough, man. Trust me, I know it can be tough, but you gotta make the change. Because see, the worst thing you could do is create an unconscious accident. That's the worst. I hate this place. I hate this place. I hate this place. You're going to work, bam, you get into an accident. Why? Because you constantly keep sending the signal out that says, I hate this place. I don't want to go, but you're going. So now you're fighting against your own thoughts, going against your own free will and accord. So therefore, you start to set up these unconscious situations that will take you out. And let me tell you something. Negative energy is easier to manifest than happier energy. If I told you I love you as my brother and just all the time, man, I love you, man, you would say this nigga's gay, this nigga's weird. You would it feels strange. So when Kanye West come out, man, I love you too, Kanye. Like it feels weird because genuinely speaking, we are not happy people, to be honest with you. Yeah, you ain't gonna fool me. We're not happy people. Not happy people. We're not happy people. Right? And so Michael Jackson is weird. Right? And so don't suppress and, figure out how to measure this thing and then do, what I said. And this is why for years, man, like literally since 2011, I never promoted, never talk about it. I think people, if you're interested, you find me. And if you're really interested, like I ain't hard to find. Whether I'm on My Astrology Coach, Prosperity Investment Group, not hard to find. So there's things that's there, right? But no promotion is bad promotion. That can suck. But I'll say this. Since 2011, in my Astro membership, back then it was only $19.99, $19 a month. I send out these reports. It's a computer generated report, but on the PDF, it allows me to highlight and allows me to click on this bubble and add a sticky note, and I can put my interpretation there and tell you what's up. And, there's only been one accident on my watch. One. In all the years, one person got into an accident. Another person got in an accident. I told them the day that it was going to happen on, and they didn't read my report. And on that day, they got into an accident. Real story. All right. But if you want some personalized stuff, man, it's myastrologycoach.com. And I'm grandfathering people in. I'm making y'all get into this thing over here at the Prosperity Investment Group and the Family Wealth Club, because that's what it's about. Happiness is what, like, suppression don't exist when happiness is there. So therefore, negative things can't come into your cipher when you have these negative transits when you're a happy person. This is why I can set Jay-Z up on the module and be like, God damn it, he won't fall victim. Damn it, DJ Khaled won't fall victim. It's because they stay in this space of happiness, living their best life, being true to themselves. That's how you get out of the sphere of negativity, is to become a positive person. Right? All right. And so T-Mac, what up? I've been having swelling in my ankles since last August when I started to have problems with my son, who was an Aquarius. See, because Aquarius rules the ankles, right? I'm not sure about my chart, but my birthday is May 9th, 82. Now, here's the thing. I know that May the 9th is a Taurus. Taurus and Aquarius is a square. That is a challenge. Okay. So what happens is, what T-Mac is saying is, hey, let's look at this. She's a square. I mean, I'm sorry, her and her son square each other, which means it's going to be a challenge between these two. They're going to bump heads. Okay. This is where consciousness comes in at, because the truth of the matter is the square has something in common. They both come in the middle of the season. Okay. So if you're a Taurus, Taurus says, okay, I'm in the middle of the spring. Aries started, but I'm stubborn as a bull because I'm in the middle. The fixed signs are preservers. They come in the middle of the season. So the element is earth, but her son, who's the Aquarius, comes in the middle of the winter, and it preserves the winter because it's in the middle, and the element is air. So air and earth like just don't mix. What is that? What is air and earth? What is that? You know what I mean? And so therefore on the elemental energetic plane, there's no mixture, but the way they come in the season, they're both extremely focused. So if we can find something to focus on and mutually agree on this point of focus called a goal, then that will circumvent us bumping heads. See, a square is a corner in a room. Every corner in a house every wall is going to run into a opposite wall, meaning the opposites to me is your north-south wall is going to run into an east-west wall because you live in a square. Your house is a square. It's a rectangle, right? And so therefore, that's what it represents. So that apex, that corner point, instead of that being us crashing, that needs to be a defined goal. Okay. And so since Aquarius is the ankles, that energy of mom's perception, if you getting on my damn nerve, is her Aquarian child is inside of her now, and that thought is lodged in her ankles. So the moment that you shift the perception or iron out whatever that issue is, whether it be self, you got some tools, whether it be positron pass or whether it be strictly imaginal work, and you just see them in a whole different light, then that starts to subside inside of your own body. So he's showing up as a physical manifestation, and that's some shit. He's really, once it starts showing up in the body like this, they done got on your damn nerve. It's like they done got on your goddamn nerve, to be honest with you. All right, for real, for real. All right. All right. So Mars is 3 Aries for Dofo. All right, so Mars 3 Aries, your next combination is going to be when Mars get in Libra for you. All right, so when Mars gets to about, you got it at 3 Aries, so technically when it gets to 23 Virgo, which is going to be on September the 24th, all right, and 3 Libra, which will be precisely October the 10th, is your apex. So October 20, I'm sorry, that what was that? That September 24th to October the 10th. That is your time where it's coming towards you, the most intense time of the potential. And then that energy fades out and is gone on October the 26th. Okay. And so September, what I tell y'all, this has like a 2-month window in a sense, but in this case, where he at, this is like a 1-month window. All right. And so, yeah, that's your timeline, Adolfo, where you could potentially expect some type of opposition, because it's going to be an opposition to you, which can be a conflict, serious conflict. This is serious stuff, man. You got to travel safe. You have to put light around the car, whether you imagine light or do a prayer or have the rosary beads on the window, or I'm sorry, the freaking mirror. Psalms, the Bible. I got the Bible on the dash. You know what I mean? You got to do certain spiritual things and be very mindful when you under these Mars transits and whatnot. Mars transit, like I'm under a Mars transit, lay low, right? Lay low. And what happened the other day? Pop, pop, pop. Oh, it was shooting outside. And I'm like, boy, this dude would try to show up any way he can. Somebody drove down the street and just fired off a pistol. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm like, okay, you know what I mean? This is interesting. You know what I mean? And so let me see, man. What else y'all got? Tell me, man. Tell me where Mars at. I'm looking today. I'm looking. All right. Um Tom Money. What was that? What was that? You wanted me to repeat something? Going back here. I don't know if he's talking to me. All right. So Purple Star Goddess, what up? Mars 13 degrees Cappy. So for you, the next trigger definitely is going to be when Mars get in Libra. So when Mars gets about 3 degrees Libra, which is going to be October the 9th, it will be at 13 degrees Libra, squaring you exactly on the 26th. So October the 9th to the 26th is the time that the energy is approaching, the apex time. And since you got it at 13 cap, then what's going to happen is we got to get Mars to 23 Libra to get out the way, technically 24 when it's out. That'll be November the 11th. So the first timeline that I gave you up to November the 11th will be your code red zone. Now, women, when you're under a code red with Mars, I don't like it because Mars represents a masculine figure. So I tell women all the time, this is not the time to think you're going to do the old school oochie coochie, kissing and grinding with your pants on and not giving none under a rough Mars transit. You're setting yourself up for something violent to happen. Do not do that when you're under Mars transits. Okay. And so if you don't want to, do not engage because this represents sexual violence at this particular time. Okay. So do with thy will. All right. So I don't want to mess your name up. Mars at 6 Aquarius. Yeah, you with me. So I got Mars at 5 Aquarius. You with me. Mars is currently at 19 Leo. So therefore, you are out of the orb. And the next one will be Leo. What will be Scorpio? Which honestly, probably when is Scorpio? Scorpio is going to be somewhere in November. Yes. So November the 14th up to November the 29th will be your most, me and yours, this will be our most intense time right here. And then for you, it's going to pass out December the 15th. All right. So that's your timeline. So may the force be with you and it's all good. Bruce says, what do you think represents Mars in the Bible esoterically? Interesting. What do you think represents Mars in the Bible? I don't have to ponder on that. I think Daniel, to a degree, as a person, anything dealing with Damascus, which is now Paul, anything dealing with the blood as well. It takes its different forms. That's something I have to really ponder on that, man. 13 degrees Mars, Scorpio, 9th house. Right. So 13 degrees Scorpio. Again, Scorpio for you, 13 degrees Scorpio. We need to go 3 degrees Scorpio where it starts, because it starts 10 degrees before and it ends 10 degrees out of the number that you're looking at. So you want to go 10 degrees backwards and then 10 degrees forward from the actual planet you're looking at. So if Helen got Mars at 13 degrees Scorpio, then I know the energy technically starts at 3 degrees Scorpio, which starts November the 24th. It gets to exactly 13 degrees December the 11th. And I needed to get it to 23, really 24 to get outside of that 10 degree orb, which is going to be Christmas time, December 25th, December 26th. That is your cold red time. All right. What up, Garden? The Star Seed. Yeah, Daniel, Bruce. 14 degrees Gemini. Gemini. So 14 degrees Gemini, you got it coming up when it's about to go in Virgo. So 14 degrees Gemini, we can say 4 degrees Virgo, which is going to be August the 25th. It will be exactly 14 degrees Virgo, September the 10th. So you're going to have like a real 9/11. So you better watch it. And then it passes out on September the 27th. So the 27th is the last day, provided you don't have anything else in that region or other occupied red zones. Okay. But that's your timeline. 11th house represents friends. So that tell you what the issue can be. The house definitely could be a great indicator of telling you where the drama can come from. So the 11th house is house of friends. The 4th house is your mama, or definitely a parent and family members. The 5th house could be your children, lovers. The 7th house, a relationship, business or marriage partner. 8th house, joint, that can be business and sex partner. 10th house could be career. 6th house can be at work. 6th house, pay attention because that shit may mess with your health. All right, because that's the house of health. That's like inflamed intestines. Mars in Virgo, Mars in the 6th house, that's like hot poop, hot intestines. You know what I'm saying? So, all right. So what does Scorpio node means? Oh, I need some agua today. Scorpio node. Excuse me. Scorpio North node, man. North node is that cherry on top of the whipped cream, I like to say. That's where you get to learn and grow. And it's not necessarily, it's lightweight called a malefic marker because you're pushed to go in this area. So you got to learn some things all about Scorpio. What's Scorpio? It's one of the most versatile signs there are, man. It's a lot of stuff you can get into over here. You can get into joint finances and bank accounts and setting up wills and legacies and insurance. You can study forensic science. Use something that's you about digging deep. So you can be an investor, insurance agent to a forensic person, sex, even, you know, the spiritual aspect of sex. Things you have to learning how to really conjoin, because that energy is about coming together and whatnot. So in a nutshell, that's what a learning has to take place. Node in the 8th. Cody Cole, what up, Cody Cole? Mars in Cancer, 20 degrees. So Mars 20 Cancer. And so the next one for you, my dear Cody Cole, you said in Cancer at 20 is when Mars get in Libra at 10 degrees. It's going to start. And Mars gets 10 degrees Libra on October the 20th. And then November, it's 20 degrees Libra, which is November the 5th. Is so that October date to November the 5th is the most potential intense time. And then you're out of its sphere of influence on November 21st. But then see, November 21st, Mars goes into Scorpio and you're a Scorpio. So now it's like Mars is coming for your sun. And now it's this double masculine energy type of thing. So Cody Cole, I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. One of the things, you're gonna have some male energy that want to give it to you, girl. All right. That's what's gonna happen with Mars coming. All right. My bad. Narzu 123, man. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Mars 10 degrees, Virgo, 2nd house. All right, so that's coming. That's on the way. That's on the way, my friend. 10 degrees Virgo. Mars is going to be at 0 Virgo on August the 19th is your start date. Okay. It will be at 10 degrees Virgo exactly on September the 4th. Then from that point, the energy starts to fade out and is out of the zone September the 21st. So from the first day to the last day is your entire span of the zone. But the first day to that midpoint day is the apex time. He's coming. Okay. And so again, Virgo, be careful, man, because it can deal with health. All right. And that's what it is. Second house deals with that money. So, and Virgo is work. So it may have something to do with a beef at work or something to deal with finances and your value system. Okay. So watch it, man. Watch it right there. Ricky Skizzles. What up, man? Ricky Skizzles, where you got Mars at, man? So does that mean I go through the same stuff as a Scorpio? Oh, yeah. So you gotta, but that's good though. So what's happening, Tom Money, is you got a cheat code. So if the North Node says, hey, in Scorpio, man, you need to learn how to let's just say you need to learn how to share money and all the Scorpion things, right? Then you being a Scorpio, you possess that ability already, so it's not going to be as hard. Okay, it's not going to be as hard. So you have to find, because Scorpio to me is the most versatile of them all. You have to find the various different subject matters that fit the motif of Scorpio in which you want to uncover and passionately live those out for your soul's development, man. That's all. It ain't hard, bro. All right. Jamal Rakim, you gotta pull it up and tell me where it is. And I'm just telling people something else, so I don't have time to punch in the chart. But if you come to the table with, yo, I got Mars right here, bam, I'm gonna tell you what's happening. Bitch, goddess, 8th house, Cancer, 8th house, man. I love the 8th house, man. I'm 3 planets deep in the 8th. You know what I mean? But I got you, Jamal. Just go ahead, pull it up if you can real fast, astro.com or whatever tool you use. I'll let you know what's happening. We're looking for Mars location. Bitch, goddess, 21 degrees, what? 21 degrees, Cancer? What are you or Mars? Mars is 21 degrees, Cancer in the 8th house. Pluto in the 10th. That Pluto in the 10th could be attracted to very powerful masculine energy. Very, very powerful Dark Lord type of energy. 21 degrees Cancer. All right, so 21 degrees Cancer, Libra is going to be your next set of challenges, right? So again, Libra is going to be the challenge. So you 21 degrees minus 10 is going to be 11. So when is 11 degrees Libra, which will be October the 22nd is your start date, October 22nd. It will be 21 degrees on November the 6th, which is going to be your apex day, November 6th. And then it is out of your sphere on November 23rd. Okay. That's your timeline. In the 8th house, too. The 8th house is secret sexual affairs. Mars in the 8th is fire. Come give it to me, daddy. That's Mars in the 8th, man. K Unique. Hey, and Pooh, man. What about Mars in Leo? 7 degrees. All right. So you just had a Mars return, K Unique. So now my question is, has your libido within, I don't know, the last 2 weeks, I will say, let's see, 7 degrees Leo. So Mars is still in Leo right now, but it's at 19 degrees. It was at, you got it at what did you say? 7 degrees. All right, so let's go back to 27 Cancer real fast for you. We're gonna go back, rewind the tail. So my question to you, K Unique, starting from June the 28th up to July the 14th last month, that's when Mars was in Leo, and then you had an exact Mars return, and you just got out of it. I mean, you just got out of it about 2 days ago. If you just came on, my question to you is, how was your sexual energy? Was it high? Did you have a headache? Did you cut yourself, burn yourself? Any accidents or any beef? Mars return simply means I'm about to become strengthened. When Mars comes back in the same position, this is where you feel the strongest because the planet's having a homecoming for you personally. Okay. So, but K Unique, your next set of challenges is going to be when Mars get in Scorpio, though. So your next set, Mars is going to be in Scorpio. Let me see what degree you got it at. You got it at 7. So Scorpio. It's going to start on November the 15th. November the 30th is your precise square day. Okay. And then it's going to fade out for you on December 17th. So November and December is going to be your next challenge point with Mars. All right. All right. So there go my man Jamal. Rakeem came back. No, for real, bitch, goddess. I'm serious, man. That's what that means. All right. Trust me when I tell you. All right. Boom, 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 boom. Let me see. Jamal, where you go? 13 Libra. All right, cool. So that's about to be coming up on the next cycle because Mars gonna go in Virgo. So 13 Libra. What we need to do is get Mars where? Mars needs to be at 3 Libra. That's 10 degrees backwards. That's when the party starts, 10 degrees out. And so Mars will be at 3 degrees Libra on October the 9th. It will be exactly 13 degrees Libra on the 25th of October. It will pass out of that 10-degree rule on November the 11th. Okay. So the first date to the last date is when you are, that's your entire timeline. All right. So Helen says, how important are asteroids? Asteroids are dope. I don't mess with them. Besides, I do mess with Juno only because I love the conversation on relationships. So I like anything dealing with that. I like Juno. I don't mess with Chiron. I don't mess with none of them. And the only reason too is because when you start going deeper and deeper into the rabbit hole of these different meanings, sometimes it's easy to get further and further away from yourself. And you have to realize that you're the center point of attraction. And so if you know anything about observation of the sky, it all starts with you being the 0 point, right? So it's sort of like a V. The meeting point of the V is you observing, and then you get to draw the circumference around you, with you being the center point, reference point. And so when we start studying all of out there, we need to keep in mind that all of out there is just a funnel, and it's a reflection of this little cone process that need to get drawn back down within self. So I don't like going way, way, way out and dealing with all these different things unless you know how to, be in control of I self law El Master, which is you. Okay. But I only deal with Juno because again, I just like relationships. All right. Yeah, you're welcome, Jamal, man, for sure. There was a little beef with a male friend I cut off. K Unique, right? Okay. All righty. All right. So again, see, this is the thing, because the premise is when people get on your nerve at this time, they're enemies. Sorry. Somewhere along the soul's memory, they are enemies. If you're not on the mailing list, get on the mailing list. Various websites, whether it be myastrologycoach.com. Since this is astrology, you can do myastrologycoach.com. Because in all of September, every Wednesday, I'm gonna hold a group meditation and give you this pretty much a past life regression that's going to allow you to go into your own soul's memory bank and allow the experience of your soul and the images that you see to come up naturally. Now, this is very important because it deals with instantaneous healing. Okay. You can just Google Dr. Brian Weiss. You can watch videos by his daughter, Amy Weiss, who has a video on Oprah, who had cataracts as a grown woman and didn't always have it. All of a sudden had it, went through a regression and saw that she was an old man who was pretty much burned at the stake. Upon coming out that regression, her cataract started to regress and ultimately went away. There's a whole chapter in the book called Miracles Happen. Is it Miracles Happen? Yeah, Miracles Happen, the transformational power of past life memories. Dr. Brian Weiss, tons of material and books on this stuff. This is the real deal. I have a video up, but it's privately listed. You can't see it, but you get on the email list. I email it to you. I've done this technique, learned the technique, done it. I call it art, advanced relaxation technique. It's all a matter of you getting into your subconscious mind via relaxation, allowing the imagery to show up and just go through the process of the guide. It don't take long. It's not hard. Just relax yourself and let's do it. And it's a lot of power in seeing this. So therefore, if a person gets on your nerve and you fight a person, now I'm telling you, in the soul's journey, because the soul's journey is infinite. You here right now, you know how many times you've been here? This person, somewhere along the line, y'all beefing and there's enemies. You know what I mean? And the best thing you could do is not be mad, because when you start to read up on this kind of material, what happens is, like my dad, he mad at my mom all these years. What will happen is he's going to die in pain and anger, and he will find her in another incarnation, and they'll go through a cycle. But what may happen is, since he's angry from the previous incarnation, and dependent on his environmental upbringing in the next incarnation, he may beat her. Okay. Or he may be a kid that's rebellious as hell, or she may be his kid that's rebellious as hell, and it has to play out. You have to let go of the vicious cycles, because that is the trick to get you to understand. If the soul is all about a journey and learning, then damn it, that's the part that we need to learn. And I mean, learn it quickly. Okay. All right. Oh, snap. K Unique burned herself on July 4th grilling. Minor burn. Right. So yeah, see, that's that Mars return. So now the question becomes, okay, what are you holding that's burning you up? You know what I mean? Like, is it something that you're holding on to that you wanna burn? Burn, let it burn, baby, let it burn, let it burn. All right. Really need that. Been trying to meditate, but I'm having trouble. Yeah, man, meditation is a mug because the mind is a monkey. But there's two forms, man. The masculine form is using the imagination, because you actively are pursuing a particular image. In Kriya Yoga, if you know about the chakra centers, we are taught a technique where, and we do this in the Family Wealth Club, but you're taught to put an image inside of your chakras as you go up and down the ladder, okay, of your own endocrine system. That's what's really taking place. So that's the imagination, when you have to get the mind to focus on something. That's masculine, because the mind is still projecting the image. With meditation, is feminine. Feminine meaning, excuse me, you chilling, you just being in a receptive mode. You're not trying to focus on no chakras. You're not trying to focus on anything. Even if you can see, if your eyes are closed and you can see a light, or paying attention to, what's concentrating between right here, or concentrating on what's called the fontanelle, which is the soft spot when you was a baby, and rolling your eyes slightly up and just trying to concentrate on that particular point. Something started to happen. Psychic experiences started to increase. And I never ever forget, one of my favorite experiences was, I'm sitting there in meditation on the couch. And at that time, my wife she wasn't even in town. She was in Philly. And she came out the pantry, but with some cookies. And the pantry, it's not one of those pantries that you can walk out of. You open and it's just shelves. But the next time we talked on the phone, she was like, boy, these cookies are so good. I said, oh shit. So meditation and breath work is simply allowing you to deepen the theta wave in the brain, right? Because when you become sleepy, the wave slows down and becomes deeper. And the oxygen is fuel for the brain cells. So what you're doing is you're allowing yourself to have more brain capacity, and you're feeding those cells that are not necessarily dormant, but dormant because we're not using our full potential. And so just sit there and try. And as long as you don't see the frustration comes because there's expectation of a certain experience. Don't expect, just sit and try. And so my master, who is, I never met him in the flesh because he's already transitioned before I got initiated into Kriya Yoga, but he would appear to me in dreams. And that's how I know to go to him through and get the initiation through Kriya Yoga. It says an ounce of practice is better than a ton of theory. So an ounce of you sitting down with your rabbit mind is better than all the books on the so-called correct way. If you just trying to sit down and do it. Okay. All right. Yeah. Ponder on it, K Unique, for sure. All right, yours truly, Mars, Pisces, 7 degrees. You about to go through Mars opposite Mars. At 7 degrees Pisces, your timeline is going to start at 27 Leo. Reason 27 Leo is because 27 Leo is opposite 7 degrees Pisces. So 27 Leo starts August the 14th. 7 Virgo is dead opposite you, which is the exact point, which is the apex. It's going to be August the 30th. And you will technically be out when Mars is like 18 degrees. So we're out of that 10-degree orb. You will be out of that on September the 16th. That is your timeline. It is Mars opposite Mars. Again, this could be fights, bruises, quarrels, things of that nature. How do we not go through it? Happiness, no suppression, physical working out, channeling that energy. Sex does the trick, kills suppression. You got to build it all up all over again, right? So doing things that will physically exhaust the energy, doing a Mars transit will help you. If these people pop up, I will strongly get you to, you should strongly consider who they are and see if they pop up on another cycle. Get me once, maybe coincidence, but 2 times, shit. Because now I got a pattern, Jack. 2 times. See, the first time I can already make an observation on the next time that it can happen. And if that ass show up on the second time, you should be grass. You should be out of here. Okay. All right. Real spill. Yeah, you got me. All right. We did Mars and Taurus. All right. So we good. What's new, man? I know the Prime Minister, Minister Jew, got something going on. Donald Trump webinar. It's on theimaginationguru.com on the events tab. I think webinars, it should be right there. I'm up in September, all of September, the Wednesdays, 4 Wednesdays in the month. Wednesdays at 8:30, I think I got it at. And we can get busy. Yeah, you're welcome. We can get busy. I want to really get y'all in this. I just really want to get in this joint, man. Get in this groove of knowing and seeing for yourself. It's one thing when somebody give you a reading. That shit is, it's not the same, nowhere near. Somebody can give you a reading. I get, like, when I got readings, it was, oh, hey, you were a priest in Egypt, you were a Sufi in Afghanistan, you was also a priest in Haiti. I've got those stories. Oh, you star seeds working with Atlantis, and I've got those. Right? You always do these kind of things. Cool, no problem. But to be able to witness it for yourself, and when you are in a, your mind's relaxed enough to be in a subconscious space, it's dope, because now that's self-realization. You're not relying on somebody to tell you, and you have to believe it. You see it for yourself, man. When I learned the technique and work with Rashida, This is elderly, not old, but she's older. She's older. She was a gentleman, a Caucasian male. This is a black woman who was a white man in Germany, and she's smoking this cigarette. Crazy, 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 crazy. And her superior officer is raping a civilian, and she ain't doing nothing about it. And her dog is barking. So we progress to what's called the death scene. At this time, you want to see if you can go forward to the time of your death, and just remember, you're fully conscious and you're aware. That's the beautiful thing about it. You're fully conscious and aware, and you're just observing. Just watch. Float above the situation and just watch. That's all you're doing. See if you can go to the death scene. The death scene pulls up. She's in the hospital, dying of lung cancer. Her shit was so vivid, I really wanted to go check the newspaper archives and stuff. Sidebar. Google World War II, I think it was, James Linger, World War II pilot reincarnation. Watch it on YouTube. The illest, clearest story ever of this little boy. I mean, the news cameras is there documenting this thing. The little boy, this shit is so dope. The little boy named James, name was James in the previous incarnation, was a pilot over there going against Japan in World War II. And could tell them the name of the plane, told them the name of the people who was on the boat, on the plane with him, told him the name of his sister at the time. They went to go find the lady, and the lady had exactly what the little boy said. Crazy. Right there on YouTube, documented. This shit is real. We got to get to this particular point. You know what I'm saying? And so Sister Rashida had cancer as a previous guy, white guy. But since she carried the guilt, watch this. Since she carried the guilt of not stopping that domestic rape situation that happened, in return, her first sexual experience was rape and got pregnant. And then as an adult, got raped coming out the club in the parking lot. So she had what we call severe womb trauma. But she recognized the woman from back then in the past life to a current person in this lifetime as a boss, a superior of hers working at the job that she used to work at. And they said that the lady was short and she was mean, and they used to call her Little Hitler. Now, mind you, in her progression, in her past life regression, rather, she was in Germany. I said, who called her Hitler? She said, you know what? I gave her that name. She said, you want to know the strangest thing? She was freaking mean to everybody, but was never mean to me. She would go out of her way. I said, yeah, because her soul recognizes you and she didn't blame you. She never died with the blame of you didn't do nothing to stop it. It's not your fault. You see? This lifetime, she had asthma because the lung cancer was trapped in the soul's memory. I don't know why, but when you see the cause of disease, and again, you can go get the material, Dr. Brian Weiss. You can just go look at Amy Weiss' video on Oprah and see and get the story yourself. When you see the origin of the disease in a subconscious state, a past life, it automatically disappears and goes away. I'm not talking about no mantras. I'm not talking about using any other technique. I'm talking about simply being able to access that subconscious record, seeing it, and that's it. It goes bye-bye. That's the level that we got to get to right there. So I put it on The Imagination Guru so theimaginationguru.com. If you click on webinars or something, it's a quantum healing soul course, quantum soul healing. Okay, that right there is when we're going to embark on it, because it's only 4 weeks. Every Wednesday we're going to get together, and I'm the coldest at making guided MP3s. So I'm going to make a guided MP3, which is going to be the technique that we do collectively as a group. So therefore, when you in the privacy of your own home and whatnot. You can listen to it and relax yourself and just go through it and see what gets to come up. Okay. Very important that you see what comes up. All right. What up, Rita? What's happening? Just tuned in. When will the phase you well, it depends what phase you in. We talking about Mars, where it was at, where it is when you were born, in reference to when it's going to be, but on average, the square is only going to take place for about 30 days. It's probably like a good 30-day window is going to agitate you. Totally dependent upon if it's just one agitation spot. All right. You dig, Sister Mawuneta? What's happening? What's happening, Captain? Right? And so that's there. Anybody that just tuned in, before we tune out, you got to keep me going, man. If you keep me going, I can go. But if you don't want to keep me going, because you know what I do? See, when Mars come around, I usually got this on. Yeah, we can't really see it. But this is a medallion that I made, right? It got Hebrew. It got Hebrew on it. And then that's a prayer, an ancient prayer. And then this side is the sigil for Mars. So when that ray of light is spinning, I'm up under the perception that, okay, I'm going to spin that light into this medallion and allow, because medallions do have atomic properties and elements and things of that nature for sure. You know what I'm saying? And our first and only medallion we made dealt with Mars, because we just always know if you're gonna measure the cosmos, you got to know where this cat is at, because you get hurt, you get killed, you get banged up if you're not aware of what this is. You know what I'm saying? Prime Minister was telling me he got a homie that's a Taurus. Well, Mars is in Leo. That's a square. His homie just had a shootout with somebody and killed the man. And now he, got to deal with the consequences of that, because Mars and Leo is squaring you right now. And it's going to be it's just going to line up that there can be some type of altercation. But if you own this science and beforehand, you better lay low, right? Go somewhere else, man. Chill out. Get out of here. All right. Leo sun, Virgo moon. How will it be affected by the moon? So Leo sun, Virgo moon. We just had a new moon in Leo. So when the moon and the sun conjoin, and then you have a moon return, I mean, really is what we say the subconscious mind and the conscious mind, the male and female energies in your life should be at a time. And maybe we do a video on that, the next one. I may do that tomorrow. Yeah, we can do that tomorrow. It's Friday. That's when normally the male female energies are supposed to line up, because the moon is mommy and the sun is, the sun is daddy, it's Apollo. And so mommy and daddy are together. If you a man, and you having the moon returned, and the female energy in your life should be at a harmonious position with you. You dig? Hold on 1 second, y'all. All right. So that's how it's supposed to be, man. So see that I'm gonna get into that science tomorrow. So today we're gonna expose the enemy. Tomorrow we're gonna talk about, what's up when you having a Venus return, and Venus is the planet of harmony, and Venus in the sky is coming back to that same place, but your ass ain't having no harmony. What's up with that? And Venus represent marriage partner. What's up with that? Oh, see, we got a balance here. You dig? And so that's what it should represent, man. When when the Leo sun and Virgo moon here, man. See Tom Money and Sexy Lexi, which I want to do an astro dating service. Let me find out. Y'all synchronizing over here. Y'all got the same specs, right? So that's a direct mirror of each other. Sometimes that mirror is so much the same. You know what I'm saying? It'd be like, oh shit, you too much like me. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and put that DM in there. Oh shit, August the 7th. Here we go. Tom Money, when your birthday? When your specs? Sexy Lexi said she is August the 7th, 86. August the 10th. All right. So we close by sun degrees, by 10 degrees. I mean, 3 degrees difference. All right. Because we're 3 days apart. Each day is a degree when you're dealing with the sun. Okay. And so therefore they're 3 days apart. So their suns are 3 degrees apart. So they're pretty much the same individual in the sense of expression. Right. Now the question is, they both got the same moon. All right. And so then that's dope. Now we want to see Mercury and Venus. Venus usually is not too far away from the situation, but we want to see if they're in in reference to each other, if they pretty much the same. If so, man, this is like a direct mirror. But again, sometimes it'd be so much the same that you'd be like, it'd be, I don't know, it's weird. We weird, man. We just, human beings are just weird and whatnot. All right. Venus and Libra, that's at home. That's at home. That's at home. Sexy Lexi got to teach you now. Tom Money, go to your teacher, man. You got to hit her up or something. Yeah, give her your number in the chat, man. It's okay. It's all good. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm serious though. Drop your number. Hey, I love to see love, man. Love is great. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Tom, that shit. Hey, Tom, Sexy Lexi, who's your mama now? All right, she probably old, probably younger. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. However y'all connect. Where you at? Let me see. I thought somebody said something. March 6th. All right, teenager. So what's happening is I'm not looking at birthdays. You got to just tell me where the stuff is at. So you got to, in today's conversation, we looking like, the question is, where is your Mars? Because my job is, I want to keep y'all safe. You know what I'm saying? I want to keep you safe. So I want to tell you your next cycle that is going to potentially agitate you. You will have a headache. You can cut yourself. You can burn yourself. You can get into a fight. And I just want to let you know when that could be, because you can circumvent that, but it is awesome to see when that disgruntled person shows up in your reality. You know what I'm saying? So you want to beef with me while I got Mars going on? Okay, you really don't like me. You know what I'm saying? All right. So, Ampu, are you friends, family with natal Mars squaring your own natal Mars, your true enemy? So we got Mars square Mars. No, I don't know nobody with that. Mars square Mars. I don't like that though. I don't think I would too much care for Mars square Mars. And I'm definitely not a fan of Mars opposition Mars. In comparison to relationships, you know what I mean? But I don't know anybody with Mars in Leo. I'm sorry, Mars in Scorpio or Mars in Taurus that I rock with. But I only got like one person I talk to every single day in my life. Like one person that I talk to. I'm like a hermit. And me and this guy has, within the system that I use in compatibility, got a pretty high score. We only got one negative thing, and that's not one of them. And so we straight. Bop 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 bop. No, Tom Money, you gotta drop. You can't allow the lady to display her number. You gotta drop your math, man. Men are vipers. You know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, somebody be calling up talking about, yeah, it's Tom Money. Just straight up. But all right, anybody got something else, man? Any questions? Anything? You know what I mean? What you need? We good? We straight? Rita, Mars and Aries with degree. What's your degree? Mars and Aries. Your next battle is going to be Mars and Libra. But give me the degree real fast, Miss Wilson, and I can let you know precisely when that's going to be. Mawuneta, that passed for you. Mars is currently at 19 degrees. But I can give you the next cycle, and it's going to go in Scorpio. But now, see, my question is for those who have it in Leo, because I think you got here a little late. Mawuneta, the question is, did you experience a headache, burns, fights, quarrels, things of that nature. If you have Mars at 13 Leo, I want us to go back to, let's say, 13 Leo. We need to go to 3 Leo. So that would have been July the 7th, all the way up to the 24th is the apex, but July 7th, all the way up to August the 16th. And then I'm going to do Rita. So, Maunetter, what I need to know is in that timeline in July and August. I'm sorry, July. What did I say? I was about to end for you. It was about to end for you. Did you have any issues? Any issues? Ree Wilson. All right, so you got it at 8 degrees Aries. 8 degrees Aries. What we're looking for, ladies and gent, is I know that Libra is opposite Aries, but she has it at 8 degrees Aries. So I need to get her at 28 degrees Virgo, which is going to be October the 2nd up to the 18th. That's when the energy is precise and approaching you. It's coming. It starts on October the 2nd to the 18th. This is most intense. The energy starts to wind down from the 18th and is out of proximity on November the 19th. So that is your timeline where you could potentially have these Martian things going on. So no suppression, no anger, none of that stuff is allowed, but take notes, duly noted on who pops up with that drama. All right. Because I'm going to say that they is your enemy. Yes, my head and my stomach problem. All right, head and stomach problem. So you had a headache, right? Okay. So stomach, depending what part of the stomach. So, technically the stomach is not the intestines, right? A lot of time we be like, oh, my stomach hurt, not pointing at you, but we be really in the realm of intestines because the stomach is Cancer, but the intestines is Virgo. So these are really actually two different things. And even when you look at the anatomy of the body, like the stomach is not the same as the intestines, the transverse colon, inverse colon, all that stuff, right? Or ascending colon, rather, descending colon. So my question to you, Sister Mawuneta, will be, is it your stomach or intestines? Like, what in that abdominal cavity is the actual organ? Because I want to see if we can uncover the emotional, psychological cause of the issue, right? A lot of acid. See, Mars is hot acids too. That's a key word. Hot acids, hot shit that burns. Man, this thing's so vicious, man. So I told you my daughter had Mars at a certain zodiac sign and degree. When Mars got back in the same spot, they was out eating, and they went out to one of those buffet thingies, and the employee bumped into my daughter with some hot freaking water and spilled it on my daughter's arm. It wasn't no bad burn, but you gotta look at that. And Drew pointed it out. That means that wave of intelligence knew that person had hot water. Something new, because if I can tell you, like, hey, be careful because you can burn yourself, and then the person bump into you and spill hot water on you, what the F is that? Now you gotta really ponder that. What the F is that? It knows that the water is hot. It knows. It knows, man. It knows. All right. You ran time off. He got. My first got out of jail today with no bond. Man, that's dope, man. That's what's up. Fresh out of jail, out on bail, California dreaming. Heartburns, Okay. See, Mars and Leo. Leo is hot. I mean, Leo is heart. That's a good one. And Mars is hot. Leo is the heart. And so Mars and Leo deal with heartburn. That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. All right. So yeah, you know, it's dope, man. If you, I think they took it down, man. They nutty for that, man. Wikipedia used to have a dope page on medical astrology. Super dope. Um, however, if you could, um, if you could, find the zodiac body systems, like Aries rules the head, Taurus is the throat, and these ain't dealing with bodily systems, but we can go in because you got like 12 bodily systems too. Reproductive system, Scorpio, skeletal system, Capricorn because it rules bones and skin system. That and some of the rulerships repeat each other. Well, all 12 signs don't have one particular system, but they overlap. But if you can figure out the like I said, my dad is just a classic example. The kidneys is Libra. Libra is marriage. Oh, you got kidney issues because you got a marriage issue. You see what I'm saying? So where I was going with Sister Mawuneta, it could have been like, okay, say if it was stomach, right? Then stomach is mom and nurturing and whatnot. Could be anger at mom wasn't nurturing, or you would like to not work and be at home, and so you could do more of what's traditionally have been called the feminine nurturing role. If it's intestines, then that's Virgo, and Virgo is work. So then it becomes, okay, are you happy with your job? Really be honest in that aspect. And if it's a no, then that could be the reason why. So we talked about that earlier in this recording. Is how you can kind of start to put that together. You know what I'm saying? Katoosh Muhammad. Yeah. All right. All right. So good. We sweet. One more. Katoosh, we looking for the position of Mars. Where is it? Now, Leo rising is also 13 degrees. Oh, that's why you definitely had a headache. So if you got Mars conjunct, you can be prone to headaches. That could lightweight be accident prone. Ain't no lightweight. That's accident prone. You're a Cancer sun? Yeah. Oh, so you may be do you got a 12th house sun? Sister Mawuneta, do you have a 12th house sun? That sun in the 12th? Sun in the 12th could give way, gives way to a very, very intuitive psychic. Powerful. If you have Leo rising, so Leo rising, if Leo is rising on the ascendant, then Cancer has to be before it, which is in the 12th house. If you're a Cancer, I may have read that wrong. I thought you were a Cancer. Oh yeah, see, all his art is mental. It says, you're right about the kidney. For real. My friend's mom went through a divorce and she's still on dialysis. Ethereal synchronicity 444. What up? You a Cancer? Then your sun is in the 12th house. It ain't in the 4th house. It can't be. Because if Leo is rising, the AC, Cancer is the sign before it. So Cancer has to be on the 12th house because the 12th house is before the first house. I bet you're a 12th house Cancer. or potentially, depending how your chart is set up, you have one of those skinny houses and be a 11th house, but you're probably a 12th. I mean, I'm sorry, yeah, 12th house. You were born in the morning. What time were you born, Sister Mabuneta? You had to be born around what? Between 7 and 9 a.m., I would guess. I look at the what they call, what is it, the Placius system, right? See, 7 and 9, told you. 840. You are I would bet a 12th house sun, depending on location and the angular perception. So that can vary, but it's probably pretty much safe to say you are a 12th house sun. Because Leo was rising and you're Cancer, so that means the sun was already up at 8:40 in the morning. The sun is up, so the sun is in the eastern portion of the sky. And the eastern portion of the sky is technically what we call the 12th house. The fourth house is the northern direction. If you got a fourth house sun, you're born at between like 11 and midnight, like right up in that area, that little pocket. Those are the midnight babies. And that's my son. And his biorhythm is like that right now, especially when school is out. Like, dude will sleep throughout the day and be up all throughout the night like a freaking predator in my kitchen, eating every damn thing. And you know what I mean? Like a roach. That's what he is. Get a job. Yeah. So all art is mental. I'm taking specs. So you gotta already come to the table with knowing where the planets are at and whatnot. How long have I been on here? Hour and 36 minutes. All right, yeah, you gotta give it to me already. Give it to me. Yeah. So you gotta tell me what Mars is where we at. Looking at Mars. Leo, Jupiter. That's a dope move. It's Jupiter and Leo. Quality shines. That's big, extravagant love. That's big love. Big, loving, happy, funny, warm. Jupiter and Leo, man. We got the right personality with that. You can get a job being a hugger. Straight up. That's a woman who do that. Hey, that'd be good for you too, Carla. You should be a hugger. You got that hugger. Look, let's be a hugger. Be a professional hugger. Charge $100 an hour for a hug. It's all good, man. Everybody sneaking at work. You know what I mean? It's all to the good. Y'all stealing hours, man. I'm gonna get off here so y'all can get that money right. Sag Moon. Yeah. That's a decent placement. Nobody ever calls his number but robots. Hello. See. Yeah. So yeah, man. And I got Minister Jew on this line right here. Yo, I'm on YouTube. Say hi to YouTube.
What up?
Yeah, man.
YouTube people, what you building on, Noble?
Mars. How to?
Whoa, I'm out. Okay.
All right.
Thank you. All right.
I hit you up. Yep. Yeah. So where y'all at, man? We've been on here. If you just signed in, sorry, you know what I mean? We just, I've been on here for an hour 38 minutes already, man. So we about to roll out. What do money problems? LOL, sorry for asking so many times. Oh, what to do with money? Hey, man. And so I told you, Sister Mawuneta, it has to be in the 12. That's dope though, because that means you psychic. You know what I'm saying? That's a very nice placement to be. But that also means you can be delusional as hell when it comes to men. You can't see men for who they are because the 12th house has this cloud. So here's the key with that though. Don't fool potential for reality. As long as you know, like, okay, I'm banking on this cat's potential, then you straight. But when you believe your own shit and like, okay, their potential is their reality and they let you down, that's the setup, and that's what make it an illusion, right? So therefore, just call a spade, and if you're gonna rock with potential, there's nothing wrong with that because we all got it. You dig? All right. What to do with money problems, man? I say, man, come into the Family Wealth Club, the Prosperity Investment Group. That's why I don't be over here like that, like doing the astrology reports on superstars and all that shit. Like I just left a house today, you know what I mean? So I'm busy on wealth creation. I'm in that part and cycle of my life. I definitely will come back to it for sure, the spiritual aspect. But right now I'm just having a field day in wealth creation and just getting my finances in order and going to another level so we can be able to live our best life, right? There's just tools, man. You got to get a grip on your finances. I did a webinar with the Family Wealth Club, and I opened up my spreadsheet, and you got to start taking financial accountability of what's going on. So today is August the 1st. You should have closed out. My people know you should have closed out July. And so in July, you should have known how much money you spent. Like, I'm not bullshitting. Like, you can't see it, but there's certain little highlights right here, right there. So those yellow highlights are the total within my household or within a certain business that I have. That was the actual expense. And this little gray thing, I don't know if y'all can see the highlight, but the grays right there, the gray is suspect to me. Can I go? Do I really need Netflix when I got this app called TTV and whatnot? The grays are just some suspect things that I don't necessarily have to have. And one of them was, very little, but my daughter, I paid for a subscription over a year ago and she doesn't use it. And I clipped it yesterday. Turn the automatic payment off. I'm not paying for that if you're not using it. So literally at the end of the month, I keep a spreadsheet. So I balance books daily. I never go past 2 days without balancing my books. Just got too much going on and whatnot. So I have to balance my accounts and know what's happening. And so I'm at real time with my money. I'm at real time with my money. I know what I spent and exactly where my money went last freaking month. I don't know too many people who can do that, right? We keep it in our head, but that's bullshit because it's like, oh yeah, I paid the rent and I just did the things I had to do. Yeah, but on what? Because when you start to see, I guarantee you can actually find some things that you didn't necessarily have to have. But that's not going to solve the problem because you can only shrink the bottom line by so much though, right? But it's a process of financial responsibility, and sometimes you'd be amazed what you can free up. But you ain't gonna free up the rent. The rent ain't shrinking. I'm gonna drop that 875, 870. I'm gonna drop that 870 all the time. You know what I'm saying? That ain't going nowhere. That's no negotiation, right? And so, little things like that though, and then we got to start figuring out ways to create income. So we talk about that. We have something. Um, we have something where we do a technique. It's called stop and buy stock. And what I mean by that is, if I want to go out to eat, man, me, if I'm treating or whatever the case may be, you know what I mean, you're gonna crack 50 to 100 easy, right? Now, do I have to do it at this time? I don't have to do it. It's not something that I have to do. But since I wanted to, how about I stop and buy stock? So what happens is in the Family Wealth Club, and you get to it from the Prosperity Investment Group, click on membership. Everybody got a referral link for Robinhood. When you sign up, it's an app. You get a free stock. They give you a little free stock for signing up on the platform. They just want you to link your bank account up so you can add money to the account when you want to and whatnot. And stop yourself in the action from buying and engaging in the little frivolous stuff, and you can buy something, man. So case in point, even though I had to spend the money on this, but I'm gonna use my daughter's puppy that I got her a few years ago as just the example, because I'm like, girl, you get a job and pay for your own puppy, right? And so in the month of July, this dude hit me for $55 when I take him to go get washed. And when I pick him up, they're like, oh, he had fleas. What do you use? Well, the topical stuff only stops the fleas, only kills them when I'm on them, but it don't stop them from jumping on them. You should get this particular flea collar. And she told me the name of the flea collar. And that particular flea collar had cost me Where is it? $62.34 on Amazon. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't spend 55 getting this wash, $62, and then at the same time, this dude didn't have no dog food, so now I got to go crack some more money. So I didn't spend like $1.30 on this dude in one day. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, well, shit, $1.30. I had just bought some marijuana shares, and they was like less than $3 a share. Because marijuana is definitely the next big industry. We didn't miss the tech bubble. We missed Uber in the beginning. We missed Amazon IPO. You know what I'm saying? Not that we still can't make money. It just costs hella money to get shares in these things now. Any significant amount, at least. You know, marijuana is the next thing. And so I'm like, bump that. I ain't missing this one. You know what I mean? So therefore, I could have, with that 130 that I'm spending on the dog, or that 100 that you about to go drop on a day out, discipline yourself to say, you know what, babe, we ain't even got to do this. I ain't got to do it. You know what? I'm about to buy some shares in the company, and shares is ownerships. Don't get it twisted. Like when you become a shareholder, I don't care if you got one share, they will send you a letter on a vote when they have to make a move on something. And you got to send it in by mail or however you're going to do it. But you literally are the owner of the company just because you don't physically walk in that thing every day. Trust and believe you are owner of it. And so, we do things like that, man, little techniques, little mind hacks to, stop spending and whatnot. But the first thing you have to do is become very accountable of your finances. And so every month, I sit down and I tell people around me, we the chief financial officer, you know what I'm saying, of our thing, you know what I'm saying, of our life, you know what I'm saying. So here go literally, I mean, all my expenses, all my debits, you know what I mean, that came out for the month. And I need to know that. I need to see where I can become better at. I had $905.65 in unexpected expenses. But it was a business transaction. Majority of it was a business transaction. Also donated some money to a church and whatnot, so I shouldn't put that on there. But it was something that I didn't plan to do. You know what I mean? You know how it is. You got various websites, and then it's that time of year when GoDaddy want to hit you for a quick $50 when you got to renew some things. And went to the hardware store because we bought a house, and I had to go buy some trash cans and some crowbars and shovels and things like that to do some demolition. That wasn't expected, but of course I make that back when I sell the house. But nevertheless, it's still an unexpected expense. So the moral of the story, man, to get better on your finances is to become first financially responsible. And then we are also practicing Dave Ramsey's 7 baby steps. So you want to look into that. Even if you have to improvise, you can. But most importantly, what I like is it's just a lot of stuff that we got going on, man. I can be here all day talking about that because that's my shit right there. You know what I mean? But go to theprosperityinvestmentgroup.com, click on memberships, man, and see our schedule for the month. Like our schedule for the month is crazy. I tell people like the first weekend is yours. You can have it. But the rest of the month, we getting together and we got to talk about money. We got to become better. And so the first Saturday at 12 noon, we do millionaire math. The second Sunday, we do the stock club. My man Brandon's going to be leading that. The third Saturday, wholesale real estate, I'll show you how to get started and get some of these checks that I got behind me so you can get this paper. Specifically, if you want to obviously learn wholesale real estate, I'm going to show you what I know and how I'm making progress and whatnot, and generate the list in your neighborhood so you can get out there and get busy and start getting some of this money. That's me leveraging my software with you. I pay $100 a month. Hey, you can too. The software I use is called PropStream. Go ahead, go for it. You know what I mean? But I leverage that with people. The second Sunday we do network and success stories. Find somebody that's successful, share with the group. Most importantly, let's come together like how we are right now. If you got a business, you should be dropping that in the joint. You know what I'm saying? My man Cal right here, Cal Miller. Like, man, Cal Miller is like, my biggest one of my biggest partners. Him, I don't know if she's still here. LaShannon, who was here. These are absolutely the 2 biggest partners I have in business ventures. You see what I'm saying? So we do that network stories. And then the last Sunday of the month is our main webinar. In this main webinar this month, I'm bringing in a sister, Veronica Kennedy, who knows how to do trade lines and credit repair, and she leverages some of her trade lines and allow you to import some of her credit history onto your credit history so you can boost your credit score. So that's going to be our main conversation at the end of the month, the last Sunday of the month. And so, to boost your finances, man, anybody, I definitely say, please come on over to the Family Wealth Club. Like, let's have 100 families. I mean, like my whole thing is this, y'all. Don't tell me about no goddamn Rockefellers and Bilderbergers and Rothschilds, and this is how they did it. And they was talking with each other, and they say, yeah, I'm gonna do the oil industry, and yeah, I'm gonna do the banking industry, and let's powwow with each other on how we can get this bread and do our thing. And we can't mimic that. I refuse to believe it. You know what I'm saying? And so a couple years ago, I just took it upon myself to switch focus a little bit and put a little bit more energy and effort towards the economic development of, myself and those around us and getting in this real estate game, along with other business enterprise ventures. So what I mean by that is we got to understand peer-to-peer lending. You know what I'm saying? So, I may have, I may want to do an event. You know what I'm saying? I got this concept. You know what I'm saying? Some models coming out and doing a thing, or whatever the case may be. I'm living an old life when I'm saying this shit. But but in this event, let's just say I need some paper to put it together. You know what I mean? So I may need, let's just hypothetically say I need 20 grand. You know what I'm saying? It's just a weekend event. I need the money now, and it's going to be a period about 90 days before you get your money back off the sales of the event and whatnot. And so, me and Cal may get together and be like, yo, bro, how can we make this happen? This is the best I could do is, you put up the 20 grand. I'm going to do all the sweat equity and I'm going to put everything together, and we may be 50-50 partners on it. Or I can just say, hey, man, I'll bring you back a 10% return on your money. It's only for 90 days, a 10% return on your money. Be a fixed rate of $2,000. We form an LLC. We do a business agreement and whatnot, or, set up some paperwork where he lend me the money, and it's peer-to-peer lending. You know what I'm saying? So we got to become more active in our financial well-being and finding these little successful small cap investments and whatnot. And just constantly keeping your eye on the prize, man. But yeah, do that, man. I need help with marketing my brand. Sister Mawu Netter. Come on, man. Let's talk, man. I think you want to talk to me, Sister Mawu Netter. But no, when we get off, call me. 267 403 4078. You can call the Google voice number to ring my line. 267 403 4078. All right. But yeah, so tomorrow, man, I don't know what time, maybe 12 noon. Let me check my calendar. I was supposed to close on the property, but I think that got pushed back. Just click your notifications, because I'm an organic crazy guy to just come on live. You know what I mean? But click your live. And tomorrow we'll go in on the Venus aspect of where you got Venus and the relationship return. And the next time, you will have some of your more harmonious angles of Venus. You can get paid with Venus and Jupiter. Jay-Z and Beyonce got that. That video was pinned on this channel. Go look at that video if you haven't seen it. When you just click on my profile, whatever the case may be, I got that video pinned. I mean, it's crazy what they Jupiter and Venus do. And when you understand that combination, ladies and gentlemen, that's $1 billion. Jupiter is abundance and Venus is like prosperity. And you put them together, you're just going to get big, big love, big amounts of money. And so them two are literally walking embodiments of a special alignment that only happens on average once a year, because Venus moves fast. So wherever Jupiter is in any of the 12 signs, Venus goes through the 12 signs within a year. But sometimes it may be a retrograde and don't catch up within that calendar year. But on average, every year you can expect a Venus-Jupiter alignment, personally in the sky and along with you in your own life. All right. So last one, my man Cal. Mars is 9 Cancer. All right. So 9 Cancer. Your next issue, Mars 9 Cancer, is going to be when Mars is at 29 degrees Virgo. All right. That will be August the 18th. And then it will be exactly 9 Libra, which squares 9 Virgo. I'm sorry. Let me hold on, Kyle. Where you at? 9 Cancer. All right. So you at 9 Cancer. So we need 9 Libra. All right. So 9 Libra is the exact square. All right. So 29 Virgo is going to be October the 4th. It starts October the 4th is the starting day. The exact square when Mars is 9 Libra, because 9 Libra squares 9 Cancer, will be October the 19th. So October the 4th to October the 19th, he's approaching. Pistols is out. He's trying to come do a drive-by on you. Then after the 9th is when he starts shooting. After the 9th, the car is in drive and he's about to pull off the block. He's officially off the block on November the 5th. Okay. Provided you don't have anything else in what we would call these areas, man. Tom Money, man, Philly, man. I don't know, man. I really don't know. Really don't know right now. The Rust Belt got me. Chi-Town. I'm about to start looking in St. Louis on some properties. Right now, man, I'm loving the Rust Belt. I don't know, man. It's a good question. I just told my daughter I'm about to send y'all up out of here. Y'all go to Philly and let me be. Right. Yeah, man. Well, online, man. Everything is online, man. We can do events online now, man. Everything is online, so there's no need for the physical manifestation of me anymore. Right. All right. So yeah, if y'all need me, feel free. Mawuneta, hit me up, man. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Click the like button for me. Go check out that Jay-Z Beyonce thing I said. If you're not in the Family Wealth Club, man, it's over there. The Prosperity Investment Group, theprosperityinvestmentgroup.com. Click on membership. Super duper crazy itinerary. And let's get busy and let's build wealth. All right. Peace.